It's Mirror at Business FM. It's the morning drive with me, Tim Elliott. Airports and visas and flight demand, what the ground reality actually shows. Now, travel across the region is facing disruption as the conflict involving the United States, Israel and Iran is impacting regional airspace. It's forcing airlines to reroute, to cancel flights, perhaps, and it's affecting passengers across major hubs, including the United Arab Emirates. The industry is having to change flight schedules, adjust travel plans in order to adapt to an ever-changing and a rapidly evolving situation as well. So to understand what's going on the ground, what's happening from airport operations and flight availability to visa processing to traveller demand, we're joined by Raheesh Babu, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Musafir.com. Raheesh, it's good to have you on the show. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Tim. So thank you so much for having me here in your studio. On the Zoom call. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So let's start with your perspective, Raheesh, in the travel industry. How's the current regional situation affected travel demand in the UAE? First of all.
Yeah, so of course, the travel demand is reduced, or the people are still waiting. What is the current situation? And you know that when the Saturday the war started and the geopolitical reasons, all the flights got cancelled. So people went panic because there was a lot of transit passengers are stuck at the each airport, even Dubai, Abu Dhabi, in Sharjah, because they are having an onward connection. But that people are affected first. Then obviously there was a business travel, family travel. The people also got affected because of the flight cancellation, and the people are having a panic also because sometimes they're having a last day of their visa and they have some kind of emergency travel. Completely there was a uncertainty in that market. But UAE, because we seen in the COVID also, they're very proactive and they will find a solution. If there is any way that they will in this market, it will not completely shut down. So we understood that okay, there was a situation. Then we identified that okay, there is a flight is flying from Muscat, because Muscat airport is not got affected, they are not closed. So there is a immediate travel or emergency traveler. We have facilitated that people can go to Muscat and they can fly from Muscat to their certain destinations. That was the first. Then slowly in the UAE government also decided they had to started the special corridor, and they given a 30% or a 25 to 30% of the capacity of each airline to operate from the respective UAE airport also. So that was a one of the good news for the emergency travelers. If you can see the current situation, there is a 60 to 70% of the flights are started operating, and people are stuck at here in the transits. Almost you can say the people are already traveled. Now there is a people are booked from the region and they want to do the rebooking or reissue. The options are there, but the regular business travel and the leisure travel, people are still waiting, monitoring the situation, and I am expecting maybe coming days or weeks they will also start traveling.
What are you seeing on the ground in terms of airport operations and passenger traffic right now, Raheesh?
It's a heavy, because there is a heavy passenger traffic is are happening from the each airport. You can see almost all the flights are full. What is the reason for that? Because all the airlines are not started their 100% operation. Still, they have a certain limitation. Certain places, still there is a operations are not resumed, and you can see the European carriers and the US carriers, they are not started the operations. So that's a reason, and there is a lot of people got stuck. So you can see the kind of a call volume. We are managing Fly Dubai GSA office in Sharjah. I can see from the morning the people are standing in the queue for a day change, rebooking or a rescheduling. Even we are having a Emirates office also. So the that currently the travel demand is very high, maybe because of the supply wise demand, because the all the airlines are not receiving their 100%. Once that is done, definitely it is going to reduce.
It's not 100% yet, but how have flight schedules stabilized? To what extent are airlines still adjusting routes and capacity because of restrictions in terms of airspace?
Yeah, for a airline perspective also it's not a easy, because suppose if one airline is operating a 15 daily departures from a Dubai airport, if they are having a certain disturbance or a certain cancellation for reinstating the flight, it's not easy, because they have to carry whoever is their existing bookers and whoever is the new bookers. So they have to adjust, and plus they're affected the slots also. Maybe some airlines, they have a domestic and international, so they everything has got affected. Plus now, right now, what happened, the capacity was given by previously 30%, now it came to 60 to 70%, so they have to adjust accordingly. So the demand and the people are, because we have always advising the people, there is no panic situation here. If you have if you don't have emergency travel, okay, maybe you can travel after a couple of days also, because airlines are going to resume. Now you can see last 2 days everything got stabilized. We didn't see any kind of a the mass cancellation or any flight. The schedules are okay, there is a slight delay, but there is no like a 5 hours 6 hours delay. No, it's now last 2 days are things are very much stabilized.
I was going to ask you about cancellations, how airlines and travel companies manage cancellations, how bookings, rebookings are managed, and how passenger itinerary changes are handled, particularly at a time like this, Raheesh.
Yeah, so basically, because there is any kind of that situation, if airlines are cancelled, automatically their booking also cancelled. But good part is airline and travel agency people will allow to rebook, reissue for a next availability date without any kind of a fee. So the either passenger, what they can do, they can visit the travel agency, they will help you for a rebooking, reissuance. Otherwise, they can visit the airline direct offices or a call center, so they will allow, because whatever the next date they can they want to travel, so they can do the rebooking or a reissuance without any kind of a penalty.
Um, what kinds of things are you seeing in terms of traveller behaviour? What kinds of trends are emerging since the conflict escalated? Are you seeing people postponing trips? Are people choosing different destinations?
So for a leisure, people are still waiting, because we having a huge group movement during the Eid, but we didn't get any kind of a mass cancellation. When we are having a discussion with the people, they told, okay, maybe we'll wait the situation, and even airlines are also ready to support. Okay, they also asked us to wait a couple of days more, and everyone is having a very that positive expectation that things will be back normal, and they're ready to travel. So leisure business, for a business travel, we are saying same thing, because the people want to wait, but there is a certain people are stuck, and the visiting people, visitors, they want to go back to their home country immediately. That people are right now traveling a lot. Plus there is a lot of people, they want to go to their home country, maybe not because of situation, because of the school holidays. So their people are, because they have a plan this trip maybe by December, January. Now I think they are also having a option that they can travel back to their home country. So we are getting a their request to do the rebooking and reissuance.
And of course, school holidays were brought forward by a week. What impact did that have?
Yeah, so basically, there is a early summer vacation started. Now people are having till 30th. There is a schools are holiday year.
Mm.
So people, even the families are ready to travel. So we are getting a request from the family also for enquiring to go back to there. So I don't think so, because the people that lost that confidence, or they are having a big scale. I don't think so. People are willing to travel. They are not. They are not stopping their travel because of the current situation. And last 2 days, because of this stabilization, and there is no cancellation from the airline, I think people confidence is increasing. And because it's a UAE is a very trade dependent, and so for that, even the companies also required a lot of travel. Plus there is a companies having a lot of projects are happening. Not no projects are stopping, so they want people for that project. So the people are bringing the people also, and lot of people are traveling also. I think the confidence level last 2 days, I can say, is very much high.
Which is good to hear. Are certain travel corridors or maybe destinations more affected than others at the moment?
No, if you can see the region, because UAE basically, if it is a, if I can comparing to Doha still the flights are not yet 100% open. Only there is a special flights are operated by Qatar Airways. No other flights are going there. If you coming back to Kuwait, it's affected. And plus airlines, what they did, they opened first the normal destination rather than the leisure destination. If you can see, going to Krabi or Tbilisi, these are the leisure destination. Still, airlines are not open that route, because they are believing that okay, maybe more people are traveling to their normal the destination compared to leisure. So, but we are expecting maybe coming next week they will open the leisure destinations also.
Um, what's been the impact? You mentioned passengers transiting earlier after the immediate aftermath of the tensions escalating. What's been the impact on connecting passengers who normally transit through the hubs like Dubai or Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, normally there will be a decline in the transit passengers, but
Mm.
team, you have to understand basically the people. Suppose the people are stuck in India, if they want to go to any kind of European countries, so more people will take via Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Right now, they are preferring the direct from their respective home countries, but same time there is a availability and the demand, so the seat capacity of a direct airline from their that respective countries, because the kind of Emirates and Etihad is take the capacity, no one can beat that. So I'm sure people, and plus a lot of people are feeling that like, Dubai is the one of the safest. So that demand definitely is going to increase in coming days, the transit passengers also.
What's the current situation with visa processing and travel documentation for people planning trips from the UAE, Raheesh?
Yeah, so two things happen, because one is the inbound passengers, they are on a UAE tourist visa and their date is expiring. So government given a facility that okay, there is no overstay fines because of the current situation. So that was the one of the very positive news for the people, because they were panicking that okay, if I'm not traveling, I have to pay the overstay fines. But the
Mm.
UAE government is very kind enough, so they have facilitated that service. The second for outbound services, because VFS normally, if you are depending on a VFS for a Shenzhen or any other countries, the couple of days VFS was off, but by Wednesday they have also resumed their operations. So when we having a discussion with the VFS also, what they're saying that okay, if you have a Monday, Tuesday, if you lost the appointment, don't worry, we will they are discussing with the embassies for a next available slots. They will call customer directly and will inform okay, you lost this slot, but this is your current date. So now slowly for that visa facilitation for outbound also started now.
Um,
But there will be sorry,
Go
there will
on.
be, I'm sure, because of there is a lot of people got cancelled first 1 week, so they will get what will be the next appointment, that no one can guarantee that if will be impacting, because suppose if they plan for during the Eid vacations. This time we are seeing there is a lot of people are traveling to Japan during Eid holidays,
Mm.
and Japan getting appointment is also difficult. But there is a lot of people pre-booked the Japan appointments because of the current situation. They lost that their original date. Now maybe they will get a maybe the postponed dates maybe in coming weeks, that customers going to impact, because maybe they can't travel during the Eid holidays.
Yeah, for sure. Are you finding travelers booking more flexible tickets, or is there an uptick in insurance, given the uncertainty around flights?
Yes, of course. So basically, now people are opting for a value or a flexible tickets. If that last 2 3 days that was the trend, people want to make sure, because they don't want to lose if there is any kind of a cancellation. And we are getting a passenger's call. Sorry, the passenger's request for a insurance also.
What kind of guidance? Here's the tip question, Raheesh. What guidance are travel companies giving to customers who have trips planned in the near future?
So basically, we are asking if there is any new bookings. We are asking the people go for a flexible ticket and take a small insurance, because that will be added advantage for you. Because currently we know that situations are stabilizing, but we don't know what is going to happen. So we are expecting everything will be back to normal. But as a if you are paying a little bit extra for a flexible or a insurance, because at least you will have a peace of mind. So
Mm.
plus what we are telling the people, before traveling to airport, you make sure either from the website or either from your travel agent, okay, all the flights are going on time. And travel agent like us, we are getting because we are collecting every day travel updates also, what is exactly happening nearby our countries, and what is kind of a flight operations. So we have a regular travel updates, because we are taking from each sources. So consult with your travel consultant before you are going to the airport or going to stack, and make sure that okay, your flights are departing on time, and wherever you are going, there is no any kind of restrictions are there.
It's a tough time. It's a more trying time at the moment, obviously. But from your perspective, what are the biggest operational challenges at a time like now?
The biggest operational challenge, the kind of a queries we are getting from our customer for a rebooking for their existing flights. So certain sometime what will be have to happen, we have to call the airline to check for the next availability options, or because if we can find from the system, but certain cases, the tickets are not issued with us. We don't have a permission to do the day change, but we want to help the people, so we will call the airline directly to do that. So the kind of emails and queries we are getting for a rebooking reassurance, our operation people are facing, because they have to extend their working hours even during Ramadan also to support the our customers.
Um, Raheesh, can I just ask you for an observation? It strikes me, it's a very positive picture, much more positive picture than I imagined. It's what I'd hoped for, to be honest. That's what you're painting this morning. But it kind of points to me that the UAE, there's a certain level of, we're using this word again, resilience as a global travel hub that we're seeing. When you get disruptions like this, we can't account for a situation like this. But the resilience is impressive.
Of course, so that is the basically what team. What exactly happened? Even complete. Okay, there is a general guidance from the civil aviation to each airport that okay, there is a restriction for flight departures. We got a call from a Fujairah airport. Okay, Fujairah is also part of UAE. So Fujairah said okay, they have some kind of a exception from a UAE government because Fujairah it's not because close to the Oman vicinity and it's open, so we can have a flight operation from a Fujairah the airport. So that was a very positive thing. So immediately we thought, okay, we can work out from a Fujairah, so the people are having an option to travel from a Fujairah also. So immediately we have a put a repatriation flight from to India, and we had a flight to Fujairah, Muscat, and Muscat beyond. So that was the government. It's not a completely even during COVID or during this current scenario. As a UAE government or a UAE, the people not to have a big panic because some option or a some kind of a because of the multiple airports are there and they will evaluate where is the safety security and they have opened also. Then immediately they opened the main hub airport like Dubai. So compared to any other the regional countries, I think we are very blessed because we are staying in UAE.
Final question for you, Raheesh. What indicators will be really clear, really apparent that the regional travel market is really back at an effective stabilization point?
So because it's a very tough question because what happened because of the regional travel, because if you compare to UAE, okay, UAE is open for that, but there is a still restriction in Qatar. There is a still restriction in Jordan, the Lebanon, Syria, and Iraq. So the region still the flights are not operating. So unless until there is no amicable solution from the current Iran and the US or Israel the war, I don't think so because that going to be materialized because still there is a people are planned to go to these countries also. They are struggling to travel. So the world is open for others, but still these regional countries are still impacted. So I'm hoping or praying that okay, maybe in a coming weeks they will also get an option to travel back to their home countries.
Let's hope so, indeed. Raheesh Babu is the Chief Operating Officer of Musafir.com. Raheesh, great to talk to you. Appreciate your time and thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is Mirror Business FM and it is The Morning Drive.